This is IWC's November Pain, fresh off one of the most historic and groundbreaking tournaments in independent wrestling history. Shima Zion became the man in the International Wrestling Cartel, but now, with the entire IWC discombobulated, backwashed, turned upside down, the action is more competitive than ever. I am Joe Dombrowski, he is Jay Worthington Farnsworth, and we're ready to get underway.
It's our opening attraction of November Pain 4, set for one fall and a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, making his way around the ring. He roams the streets at night while you sleep. He's the Palmer, Michael Facade.
Michael Facade had what many individuals would call a career night at our two-night tournament promotional consideration paid for by the Fallen. Even though he did not come out victorious, he was able to defeat an established veteran in Troy Lords and also go toe-to-toe with the most decorated heavyweight champion IWC has ever seen in Dennis Gregory.
All very true. I have nothing to add to that, Joe.
Facade looks to build off of that momentum here this evening against another young gun who also had a big-time night at that weekend. And what a great time it was at the Steel City Comic-Con, Farnsworth. Hundreds of fans of all sorts of collectibles, toys, multimedia, and it was great to see so many great fans out there for that unique experience.
And Virgil.
Wrestling superstar Virgil.
He's our opponent, and from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we have 226 pounds, Logan Shulo.
Logan Shulo been on a bit of a meteoric rise in recent times, holds a couple victories over some established veterans in IWC himself. He's got some momentum to build on. He too opposed Dennis Gregory, and he too gave Gregory a big time run for his money.
For a young kid, he had a great showing. And two IWCs up and coming in the ring.
Well, bell sounds are underway officially. Facade and Logan Shulo, two individuals who seem to have had the fans in their advantage recently. They've been very revered by our capacity crowds, but tonight they're going all out to improve that win-loss record. Two guys looking to make a big-time statement, hit the next level. What IWC has been about lately, Jay Worthington Farnsworth. Shima Zion hitting the next level, winning the IWC Heavyweight Championship Tournament, beating Jimmy DeMarco in the finals. They both had career nights. They both will see very important action later on in this DVD. Plus we have Drew Cold Scorpio, Irish Airborne are going to debut, and so much more. It's going to be a historic night.
I'm glad you're all here to watch. Well, I'm glad you're at home in your mom's basement watching this on DVD.
Great agility by the larger man Shulo with a takedown on Michael Facade. Facade trying to step out of that, but Shulo still able to take him down, arm drag, and both men are back to their feet. Facade can often be overlooked at times, a former co-holder of the Tag Team Championship, but Dennis Gregory found out firsthand that both these individuals have a lot to offer and cannot be looked past on a couple of occasions. Each of these individuals almost had Dennis Gregory's shoulders pinned.
And speaking of shoulders, Logan Shulo just put his shoulder clean through the suburban terrorist there. I'm sure Michael would rather be stalking the streets while we sleep than taking that type of abuse anymore.
On elbow centering, Bobby Williams, the referee assigned to this contest. Of course, talking about Dennis Gregory, we'll see him in action against John McChesney a little bit later tonight. That rivalry coming to a head. We've seen tension grow between those individuals for really about the past 6 or 8 months. As the pace quickens a little bit, it's going to be advantage Facade, and Facade comes across with a high heel kick, takes down Logan Shulo. Shulo probably about 6'2" or 3, has a definite height advantage. Facade's got to keep the tempo quick to counter.
Yeah, Logan's a big guy. You don't really you don't realize it until you're right up with him, and then all of a sudden you realize he's staring clean over you. Well, I mean, you, Joe, being that you're 4'3".
Certainly no shame in being towered over by men like Logan Shulo, as both men go collar and elbow. As you can see, a moment ago, it seemed tempers are beginning to flare here in this opening contest this evening, as both men begin to push each other back and forth. We're going to still get a clean break. Oh, Shulo tries to make the first strike, but Facade, again, a hair quick.
Yeah, well...
And right into the huge boot, right to the mush. Shulo was waiting for him and measured him with so much tenacity and power.
Shulo did a little emergency dental work there on the bomber.
Hard slam, and Shulo measures him with the elbow. Very well done. And that's barely a count of two. Facade instinctively quick to get off of his back. Here, Farnsworth, the crowd a little bit split here. A lot of fans have been watching Michael Facade for a lot longer, but they cannot deny the accomplishments of Logan Shulo in the short time he's been here.
Well, really, who can? I mean, he's had a great showing here in IWC so far, especially for someone as young as he is.
Hard takedown, into the lateral press with a hook, but another near fall situation is created. Shulo overcomes so much in his young career. The bullying of CJ Sensation, of course, who has now been wished well in his future endeavors from IWC. That series of matches with Troy Lords. We talked about Dennis Gregory. Shulo has done so much to prove he belongs and prove he is ready for the toughest level of competition in the area today, IWC. And check out the power, the delayed vertical suplex. Shulo makes Facade think about it. The blood rushes to the brain. Could this be all? Another near fall.
Boy, the bomber really has the crowd behind him tonight. I gotta say, I'm impressed. He apparently has won him over.
Well, he's earned a lot of respect.
5 minutes gone by in this bout. 5 minutes.
No, I'm sorry. I'm impressed they can actually speak that clearly with as little teeth as they all collectively have.
I would again like to apologize for Jay Worthington Farnsworth and his entire outlook on life.
You know I'm right.
As Shulo,
You know I'm pretty.
continues to punish Facade, please. Facade firing back here, but you don't want to get to a slugfest with a man like Logan Shulo.
See, and I was just going to say the one person you don't want to trade strikes with is Michael the Bomber Facade.
That's very
His
true.
trained feet.
Facade has those proverbial educated feet, but when it comes to pure power of a forearm, it's all Logan Shulo. Facade certainly does have a martial arts style background. He's studied men like Hayabusa, who have really revolutionized various styles of wrestling, brought high-flying martial arts, hardcore all together. So Facade's certainly a student of the game and can break out a lot of different offense, but if Shulo's grounding him, that takes away a lot of his offensive ability. Look at the clothesline. Facade comes up with the enziguri kick, and Facade now looks to regroup. Facade is going to perhaps attempt to get Logan Shulo up for his signature maneuver. We saw him debut at the in the Comic-Con promotional consideration paid for the following tournament, the Arashikage driver. But can he pick up that much mass? That may be the question that will decide this match.
True.
Facade again trying to quicken the pace, trying to fly, trying to hit and run. Heel kick, nicely done. Shulo's dazed. Can the bomber follow through?
Well, one has to wonder, has he attempted the Rocky Valley driver on someone besides Shulo before?
That's the Arashikage driver.
That's what I said.
It's a very good question. Facade again, keeping the pace fast. Springboard, beautiful moonsault. Shulo's shoulders down, and another near fall. That's what Facade has to do. A very intricate situation, ending with that springboard moonsault. Shulo could not see it coming, and Facade may be going springboard.
Facade finally showing some signs that he's thinking about this offense. Stick and move, stick and move.
Heel kick to the top of the head, and again only two, says Williams. Again, Shulo able to power out, and you can see the fight that the rookie Shulo has inside it.
And Facade hitting his offense and then getting out of arm's reach. Smart. Except for there where he got caught. Not so smart.
Facade could not run fast. Wait, this may be it. Arashikage driver, that's the setup, but Shulo had too much power. But check Facade come back with an E strike to the temple. Jackknife pin. Could this be all? No. Another escape. We're seeing both of these athletes in the fight of their lives. They've been in there with higher caliber opponents. They've been in there with more experienced opponents, but you can see the even keel in this matchup. both men back and forth, can't put the other away.
Well, you know Facade was looking to try and end the match with that Japanese move he did there.
Well, check this out. Jack Briscoe roll up out of the corner. Shulo escapes again. Facade may have not had enough power to trap the shoulders down. Shulo tries a pinning combination, and both athletes are back and forth now, trying to trap the shoulders. We're again at a stalemate. Check out the backslide. Facade bridging up with the legs. Another kick out. Back and forth here. Both men pulling on all stops to get a much important victory, a much important momentum boost. But check out the power. The palm. Shulo taps Facade tight and pins him.
Here is your winner, Logan Shulo.
The reason fly swatters work is you only need to hit them once. Logan Shulo bided his time, waited for it, hit that power move to get the win. Good thinking, good strategy by Logan Shulo.
Came down to the strength advantage, came down to the power advantage. Facade tried to keep this a Michael Facade style matchup, but when he got caught in the grasp of that man right there, Logan Shulo, there was nothing more he could do. Big time victory for Logan Shulo. The Michael Facade, nothing to be ashamed about either. And Facade, a very forceful handshake, letting him know that maybe next time the outcome will be a little bit different. But Logan Shulo, big time win in a very young but blossoming career here in IWC to kick off November Pain 2008.